Good morning. It is Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. We have got to find a way, Laura, to get our cameras to stream live to social media. We record stuff on our Big Joe and Laura Instagram and TikTok, but your dance skills that I just witnessed,
I'm telling you, especially when Sabrina Carpenter is involved, I have a whole dance routine to that song, and I genuinely get in the vibe. I think it is its own form of espresso, just the song itself. I don't need caffeine. I'm good. I'm set for the morning.
All right, well, I'm glad to hear that. Welcome to Friday, September 6th, 2024, and you know what? I wonder if you practice those dance moves in front of baby Justin.
Sometimes as a form of entertainment, to be honest, because he really gets into a vibe if you start dancing for him. And no, but we did spend a little time by the lake yesterday for the first time ever. Speaking of baby Justin.
Oh, he's never been to the beach or the lake before?
No, we've
Wow.
never taken. He's been to Lake Superior. Which one's next to Detroit? Is that Superior?
Superior's up north.
Yeah, that
so
one's
you're
up
probably
north.
thinking, oh my God, Huron? Am
Huron.
I messing this up? I should know this. I was born and raised in
I was like,
Michigan.
you're from the east side. You should know this. I'm not even from the state.
616-600-0957.
We now are they're going to take our Michigan card.
No, they're not. Listen,
You're from here and you're getting your Michigan card taken. That's not cool.
as I look up the answer that you so seek, tell me more about it.
It's the lake.
Oh, wait, hold on. Lake Erie? Lake Erie is south of Detroit.
Well, no.
And
I
the
don't
Lake
think
Huron is
north.
Turn around. I got a little map
North,
for you up on our
okay.
screen right here. Lake Erie is southeast of Detroit.
It would have been the north one.
Lake Huron?
So Lake Huron.
Okay.
So
wow.
there we go. Wow. Yeah. Well, he
Ask us for directions next.
He did put his little toes in Lake Huron with his grandparents back in June, but he's never been to Lake Michigan, and so we took him down to Grand Haven. We were gonna get Pronto pups, but he's a little bit too small for Pronto pups so far. He can't really quite get his whole mouth around.
You should have
one.
baby birthed that for him. Nobody's too young. Come on, you can just be like,
I'm not baby birding Pronto pup.
Laura, it's the gift of life that is very nurturing and sustaining.
Oh, that's so gross. No, we went to Righteous Cuisine, and instead he got a baby taco. They actually deconstructed it for him. It was really
Really?
nice. Yeah, and so he had all the little parts, so we were able to feed him the parts of that. And then we went down to the lake, and he got to play in sand, which was cool. He never really touched sand before, so that was a whole new thing. And then Mom had to figure out, how do I get sand out of his fingers? A thought I'd never had prior to him touching all the sand.
Oh, don't get him kinetic sand or anything now, because that'll be a big mess at home.
You know, when he gets a little older and he's not trying to stick it in his mouth constantly, absolutely. And then we put his toes in the water. He was not a big fan. He was like, this big bathtub is too cold. I don't
I was
like
going to
this.
say, wasn't it freezing? Because the temperatures have dropped down.
Yeah, it was a little bit cold. So he put his little toes in it and he was like, but then he wanted to sit down in it. We're like, no, buddy, that is not the move today. Maybe on a day when it's 80 degrees, we'll talk about it. But it was one of those really wonderful experiences. And we timed it all out well to where when we were leaving, it was his nap time. So I got to hold his hand on the ride home and he slept the whole way, which is something he doesn't generally do very well in the car. And it was just one of those moments that's a core memory for me and him, hopefully. And it was just, it's nice. I love living in West Michigan because we have the opportunity to just go to Lake Michigan and enjoy the beach for just, even 20, 30 minutes and then come back home.
Well, exactly. That is one of the greatest things about living out here. And I love the photos you shared up on your Big Joe, Laura Hardy Radio Instagram. It was really good.
If you follow Big Joe and Laura, I'll put it in our story this morning so you can see the photos of James and Justin because they are very cute.
All right. Well, happy Friday. Let's get it going. We're Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7.
It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
It is a big football weekend in Michigan. Of course, it's week 2 of high school football. On Saturday, College Game Day is coming to Ann Arbor as the Wolverines take on the Texas Longhorns. And this is cool. It was just announced that they have a guest picker. That's kind of who helps the panel pick out who they think will win the games. It's going to be 28-time Olympic medal winner Michael Phelps.
Wow.
That's cool. Plus, obviously, his connection to Michigan. And then, not picky, but he's going to be there, so you know that's going to be funny. Will Ferrell is also supposed to make an appearance, so I'm looking forward to seeing all those funny signs in the background. And just, it's a fun show. Even if you're not into sports, they have a good time with it.
That should be a whole lot of fun. I can't wait.
You get more details about that inside our Mix 95.7 app. And then Sunday night, the Lions kick off the season against Matthew Stafford and the Rams.
Oh, yay. Well, hopefully they win. Hate to see Matthew Stafford walk away with a win this early in the season. All right, so if you're kind of nerdy like me and maybe you like playing board games and maybe you just don't have friends to play with, Grand Rapids Public Library is hosting a series of game nights to get everybody together to play.
Oh, I love that idea.
Yeah, it's called Community Game Nights. They're happening on September 18th, October 16th, November 27th, and December 18th, so they do one a month. And it happens at the Ottawa Hills branch. If you do show up, they have tons of games for you to pick from, some snacks, and should be a really good time. Now, if you were to go to this, Joe, what board game are you hoping to be able to play with some friends?
Okay, you know what? It's really basic, but I want to play Sorry. I feel like that's easy. You can't mess that one up. Other games, like, I would never want to play Monopoly. It would take too long.
Nope.
I'd get kicked out.
I would absolutely get in a fight with a stranger, and I don't want to. I hate Monopoly more than anything. I'm hoping to play some Settlers of Catan with somebody because it's a long game. My husband can't just play it with me, and it'd be nice to find some folks that wanted to play.
Or maybe I'll start a fight. We could play Uno.
Oh, man, I do love Uno.
Draw 4, Laura.
Or Phase 10. That's another great way to start a fight.
DM us in the Mix 95.7 app right now, like what game you'd want to play. And for your final need-to-know news story, we're heading to Detroit, where everybody loves head coach Dan Campbell's new Applebee's commercial. He actually spoke about how his family is the reason he did it at a press conference.
My wife and my daughter are constantly like, oh, you got to do it, do this, do that. And so they talked me into the Applebee's deal, and I said, all right, we'll do it. Unfortunately, there's more to come, I'm afraid.
You know what? I'm glad they encouraged him to do it because it's a great ad.
And as he said, there are other commercials in the works. Check out this one they just released.
I'm all about friendly competition in the workplace.
Anything else?
I'm coming from you, Craig. Next month, this is my wall.
Oh, man, it's we're going to get the Super Bowl reference. I love it.
In this video, he's looking at a photo of a guy named Craig, who's the employee of the month, and he's like, man, that's going to be me next month. Could you imagine having to go for that against Dan Campbell? No, thank you.
No, thank you. He's definitely winning.
That is Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7. Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. If you have ADD or ADHD or somebody you know, and you got just like little struggles along the way, we would like to hear about those things that happen in your life at 616-600-0957. I bring this up because, well, I feel bad for my wife. We've been together for 9 years, married 12 total, and I recently found out that, yeah, she's got ADD. She got it a couple of years ago, like diagnosed, and I'm fully understanding it now and having such a better appreciation. To be honest, I feel like a turd because I used to get so mad at her about little things she did or the way I'm like, how could you forget this or do that?
So, like, what things does she do or did she do that would just upset you?
Well, none of them make me super angry, but like the one little thing I'm like, babe, why do you always have the toilet paper roll? It's empty. You take it off the toilet paper roll, but you leave it there. Like she doesn't put a new one on. And it's like clockwork. There's our downstairs bathroom, like our little half bath, and then our full bathroom upstairs. And she'll do them for all of them. And I'm like, if I did that, you would murder me.
Oh yeah, no, my husband does that. I don't think he has any excuse for it. I think that's just how he is. He's a dude, but he does the same thing. But you know, I was one of those kids that grew up in a household that we don't go to therapy, we don't diagnose things, we don't deal with our problems, we just suck it up.
Of course not.
Pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. So I truly believe there is a high chance that if I were to go get tested for ADHD or ADD, I probably have some form of it or a very small amount of it because there are certain things about me that it just focus is very hard. I remember in college taking tests, and there were times when it's like I knew how important this test was. My brain could not focus on it. It would do anything. And like I would be almost to tears because I'm like, I have to finish this test, but my brain's not going to let me do this right now. And I think the one thing that I've noticed about me that I, this tendency, and it makes my life hard, is I have problems with object permanence, which means that like if something is not directly in front of me or I can't see it, it no longer exists to me and I forget about it. So if I'm actively working on something and you derail me and put me on my attention on something else, I'll forget about the other thing. Or in the case of yesterday morning, I spent an hour being really bummed out because I was like, oh man, I don't have breakfast. Like, I forgot my breakfast. It turns out I put my breakfast on my desk, which is in another part of the office. And because my box of food wasn't sitting in front of me, I was like, oh no, I guess I don't get breakfast today. And it's just, there's certain things my brain just does not fire properly.
You said it's object permanence?
Yeah, object permanence. That's one of the things I've read about or seen on TikTok that people are like, yeah, if you have ADHD, sometimes you just have a hard time with if you don't see something or if it's not in the right place,
I'm pretty sure
it's gone for you.
Lindsay has that. I'm pretty sure because I, in my loving husband, truly trying to help. Not that I know what's best, but I'm like, oh, let me put this here because she's like, where is this? And I'm like, I don't necessarily remember, but if I do, she's like, please don't put it there. I need it to be here. Otherwise, yep. I'm like,
I fuss at
But
my husband.
honey, it makes no sense to put this there.
No,
What-
I lose my mind when he doesn't put the keys on the exact hook that I have to have them on. Because if they're not there, I can't find them. I have to hold myself to that standard. So you have to follow that too. Because if it's not where I think it's going to be, it's gone forever. I'm never driving a car again.
My wife, another thing I just thought of with her ADD yesterday, I came home and I was like, okay, maybe I'm hearing stuff. It sounded like water, just a slight drip or trickle. And I didn't think about much about it. Then I went back. She left the sink barely trickling, like in the bathroom.
She was thinking about something else.
Something else, yeah, but it was like a little stream. And I'm like, oh my, I was going crazy for hours till I found it. So those are just some examples that I'm wondering, and Laura is too, whether it's something that you have that you personally struggle with or you got that family member, what are those things that they do?
Yeah, or the things that make life a little more difficult. 616-600-0957, or you can send us a DM right now on the Mix 95.7 app.
It's Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix.
And we were talking about how your wife, Lindsay, kind of has some tendencies with ADHD that kind of drive you up the wall. And I started to realize that I also have some of these tendencies. So maybe I have a little undiagnosed adult ADHD.
Oh, you know what? The thing is, I learned, like I said, I've been with my wife, Lindsay, married 9 years, 12 together with dating and everything. And a lot of times women don't get diagnosed. It's always boys because they're so rambunctious and doing things. And it often gets overlooked in girls and women.
Well, and I kind of grew up in one of those households where it's like, oh, you are the way you are and just get over it. So we never really, there's a lot of things I probably should have been diagnosed with as a child. That's fine. We're not going to.
Did we grow up together?
Yeah. Listen, it was the 90s. It was a hard time. But we want to know what trait of your ADHD or your loved one ADHD just makes life a little more difficult. And we would love to hear from you always at 616-600-0957. Nick in Grand Rapids, do you know somebody or do you have an ADHD tendency that just makes things a little difficult?
Usually, yeah. Like if someone doesn't take out the trash and they just keep piling on and keep stuffing it down, I'm the person that has to take it out every time. So
is it your spouse or someone you live with that has it?
yes, my spouse, yeah.
Do you just lose your mind over the trash or like have you found a way to work around it?
No, I ended up just biting my tongue and taking it out every time. But, that's some things you got to live with, I guess, right?
Oh, for sure.
They may not remember by the time you get around to picking the battle and then you're looking like a real jerk.
Exactly. You guys got it.
Samantha, Grand Rapids, hey, how you doing this morning?
Oh, it's good. How are you?
Good.
Awesome.
We saw your DM in the Mix 95.7 app, and I just wanted to call you because you made me laugh so hard.
My kids were in the back like, Mom, is that you?
So, I mean...
Especially the key thing about hanging up the keys, they have to be on a certain hook. I'm like, you know what? Shut your mouth.
a little loud. And there's nothing wrong with it, Sam. Do you think you're like me where it's like you haven't bothered to go get the answer because maybe you don't want to hear the answer?
Yeah. I don't want to hear it. I got enough. I got antidepressants. I don't want my ADD or ADHD on top of it or whatever.
Exactly. That's the same way. I was like, I already have anxiety and depression. Do I need another label? I'm just going to pretend it's not there and just keep pushing it down.
I'm not even 30 yet, and the amount of pills that they're already trying to prescribe me, wait for the nursing home.
Yep. You're like, you know what? It works for me. I know where the keys are, don't I?
Exactly. You guys just need to follow my lead.
All right, well, Samantha, you and Laura should probably book a joint appointment and just get it out of the way.
We'll go together. Maybe they'll let us split the copay.
Yeah, buy one, get one half off, something.
Sandra in Grand Rapids, do you have adult ADHD or know someone in your life that does?
That would be me. I have the most wonderful spouse ever, though. So he says he can tell what I've done during the day because when he comes home, he can walk through the house and there will be half-done projects in each room. So he'll be like, well, you folded laundry, you started, then something happened, so you got the mail and sorted the mail, but then something happened and you half put the dishes away. And so it's kind of like you can tell what my whole day was like by seeing all of the unfinished projects.
Too loud, Sandra. This is exactly what I do. Or if I'm trying to organize a room or clean something, it's like I'll start at one corner and then I'll find something in that corner which will lead me to the other corner, which I'll start working on that because now I have that other item, but I forgot I'm halfway through the first corner and it drives me up the wall.
It's
and I'm like,
super overwhelming.
I'm broken.
Yeah.
You know what, Sandra? I feel a little better knowing that at least it's not like I'm not just stupid or broken or something. Like there's clearly something there
or
that's
lazy.
like, it's normal. Yeah, it's
Yep. Yep.
All right, so
Absolutely.
we need to go get Laura diagnosed then and figure out what's going on.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I have medicine, and I have to say it does help.
Maybe that's my next step is getting myself on the rails a little bit better because I do self-manage really well,
so
but
we can get the buy one half one off like you and Sam. So
you think they do a 3-for-1 deal?
Maybe maybe book 3 get 1 free.
There you go.
Oh, I'm down. Let me know when.
You know what I just thought about though? Like
good.
what did we just stop Sandra? What was she doing before we talked to her?
Oh yeah, make sure you get back to whatever you were in the middle
I will.
of.
I'm on it. Good reminder. Thank you.
It's Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix.
And there is a woman on TikTok who is going viral talking about how parents can help make kids friends by doing this weird old school thing you used to do to make friends in business. Business cards. Playdate business cards.
I remember back in the day wanting a business card so bad. I'm like, oh, hey, let's exchange information. But how does this apply? That's like the radio side of me. How does that apply for parenting or kids?
Well, basically, this woman got one herself. And how it works, she says it makes coordinating playdates easier. Her son walks up and says, hey, I made a friend on the playground. Here's his Playdate card. And it basically has the parents' contact information. They have stuff like a photo of the kid on there. They also have their Roblox usernames and other interests and stuff like that. So you kind of just like, hey, here's a little like bio about my kid, almost like a social media bio type thing. And here's how you can connect with them. So like maybe our kids want to play Roblox together. Now you have his username. You can add him on the game. And I don't know. I love this idea because I'm the type of person that I'm very apprehensive to talk to people I don't know, and maybe I want to be friends with them, and I feel like I would actually want this in like adult real life too, to be honest. Like if I could be like, oh, you're wearing a shirt at a bar or something of like one of my favorite bands. Oh, I want to walk up and hand you my little Playdate card, and maybe we can like hang out sometime, but like not in a I'm hitting on you type of way.
Do you ever go up and because I know I'm trying to think of ways you can meet people, whether it's kids or whatever, but
yeah, you
usually try to take a walk every day. I know with Justin, do you ever just go up and talk to other moms that are walking their kids too?
Oh, I'm terrified of them. No, they're very frequently will walk around our neighborhood in Alger Heights, and I'll see like other moms. I am terrified of them. I see like a group of moms walking together, like 2 or 3 moms in their strollers, and they're all talking, and I'm like, can I join you? Like the sad violin music playing in the background.
You can't walk here.
You can't be our friend. And they always look at you like you're another woman in a stroller. And I always have this secret urge, like maybe they'll invite me, be like, hey, come walk with us. But they just keep walking past me, and me and Justin are, out there being lonely and all by ourselves. And it's just, it's hard. It's hard being a mom who has no social skills and has no friends in real life.
Maybe we can just get a QR code on you, or maybe on your stroller, and you go up and you slide it and you get all the details.
You'd be like, listen, do you want to be our friend? I have a cool job. Maybe you could go to a concert with us occasionally.
Big Joe's Little Wins here on Mix 95.7 Grand Rapids Best Mixes, where we ask you to call us at 616-600-0957 and share any good news you have in your life, something you're happy about, you're excited about, anything that can bring the good vibes and spread the positivity across West Michigan. That is a little win. Let's say good morning to Kate. Hey, Kate, tell us about your little win.
Oh, okay. So when we first called in, I was on this huge wave of gratitude that I am constantly surfing because I have been pulled through by our medical community and our general community through a lot of health problems. The short list is kidney failure, pulmonary embolisms, a COVID coma, and a stroke.
Oh my gosh.
The physical therapists and occupational therapists at Corewell Health and Mary Freebed, they taught me how to walk again. They lifted me up when I could not lift my physical body. They taught me how to roll over. It was very much like having another infant cycle in my life.
Oh.
Yeah, but they did it. It's amazing what our medical community can do and how positive our general community is. So many people in West Michigan and beyond have offered me their physical actual organs, and that is heroic. That's so heroic I think it takes a lot of guts to offer a living organ donation, and people don't know about them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's such a big thing, even if you're not a match, just to step up and say, hey, I'm willing to take the swing and see if I can help somebody else out. And if you are able to be that match, it's life-changing for you as the person who donated and you as the person who receives.
See, and I know you understand because your cousin went through this, right?
Absolutely. She's a year and a half out from it, I think, almost 2 years. And she's doing incredible. I mean, she went to her first concert a couple months ago. Like, it's been life-changing to see her get out in the world again.
Now, let me ask you this, Kate. Everybody just heard the backstory there for like your little win. What is the update to it?
Okay, so after 4 years of really intense work and a lot of setbacks, I am officially listed for a deceased organ as opposed to a living donation. And a living donation lasts 10 to 16 years longer, which is remarkable. And there's a lot of good that comes of it. If a lot of people are scared of living organ donation, I think, because it's so unfamiliar.
Sure.
But I got to interview a guy who lost his daughter to leukemia.
Oh.
And he felt the urge to save somebody because he couldn't save her.
Oh.
Sorry. It's going to get me every time.
Don't you apologize for feeling very natural emotions because of that.
Man, we ain't got time for this.
We always got time to cry.
Oh, well, Big Joe, that is very evolved of you. All right. So anyways, he said that after he gave that organ, on the first day, it felt like he got hit by a bus. And on the second day, it felt like he got hit by a car. And on the third day, it felt like he got hit by a bicycle. And on the fourth day, he was feeling pretty normal. So living organ donation, should anybody be so moved, is not impossible. University of Michigan pays for the entire surgery for both me and a donor. And they also can get grants. So for example, if my living donor were to lose time at work, University of Michigan has a program where they will get grants to help cover the costs of those lost wages. Isn't that incredible?
That is. And I didn't even know about any of that.
So crazy. That's awesome.
I don't know, nobody does. I know. It blows my mind every day. It's a big win for a little win. Now I'm listed on the deceased donor list, which is a less powerful position, but there's still time. If anybody feels the need to donate, if they want to donate a living organ, they can get in touch with the Taubman Center at University of Michigan. They can even say, hey, I heard Catherine Reed on the radio. I'd like to give that girl an organ. And boy, howdy, would I be grateful.
We'll also take anyone's info. If someone out there feels moved and wants to help out, hit us up. We'll make sure your info gets over to Kate and we'll go forward from there. But Kate, it's just, I'm so in awe of how positive and how you're just overwhelmingly so grateful for the position you're in when a lot of people would never have that kind of positivity or kindness.
I so appreciate those good vibes. I really think prayers and vibes and general positivity from others has pulled me through. Like on the days where I couldn't find anything to be glad about, like when I woke up from the coma, I woke up mean. I was grumpy. It all sounds like a good idea until you actually do it.
Yeah.
Like a 19-day nap sounds lovely, but it's actually garbage. So
thank you so much for sharing your little win with us. We think it's a big win. I get that you see it as a small one, but that is a massive win that you're able to keep smiling through it. And we can't wait to hear future updates when everything keeps rolling in the next direction.
I will call them in. You guys are the best.
Kate, we feel the same way about you. Man, that was emotional. But see, little wins being shared like that are so important. And that's why we asked you to call in and be part of the Big Joe and Laura show with your little win. 616-600-0957. What can you share to help spread some good feelings, some good vibes, some positivity? 616-600-0957. It is Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, an exciting time of the year. The Detroit Lions playing their first game Sunday night, national TV exposure against Matthew Stafford and the Rams. They're going to beat them. I'm not even worried about that.
You know, I'm really excited. As someone who's generally never cared about the NFL, it's kind of fun to live in a place where we have a team that could actually get to the Super Bowl. So you know what? This is my first season as a true Detroit Lions fan.
And while you moved here, it's not your fault, but you are a bandwagon fan. You're brand new.
Sure.
You're hopping on and enjoy the ride. I have some advice here that I would like to give to new bandwagon fans like Laura and anybody else that might be new to following the Lions and cheering them on.
Okay.
First of all, the Lions, we've got a cool new song, couple of them actually, by a rapper named G-Mac Cash. This one, the Lions gonna win again.
You know the Lions won again. You know the Lions won again. You know the Lions won again. Come on. Because all we do is win.
So I'll be bumping that clearly after every single victory this season.
Yeah, make sure you enjoy that, but make sure you also pay homage and honor to the OG, the original Lions song, and they still play it. Whenever they score a touchdown, it's called Gridiron Heroes. Come on, Laura, a charging team that will not yield.
Last year we went through this, I'll say it again. Whoever let Grandpa and his Casio keyboard out on the field, the Lions deserve better than this. The song is the worst.
With honor you will keep your fame.
Come on, Laura, I need you to embrace it.
It's so bad, Joe. It's so bad.
No, let me tell you what's so bad. Here's my other point right now.
Yeah.
Enjoy watching a team that doesn't suck, that isn't bad like it used to be. Laura, not that long ago, let me take you back in time to a year called 2008.
Oh, no.
The Detroit Lions that year, well, they finished 0-16.
We have our first 0-16 team. You ever think you would see it?
I never thought I would. Games are hard to win in this league, but it's a league set up for parity.
Yeah, so enjoy it. Enjoy that you don't have to wear a garbage bag on your head when you go to a Detroit Lions game at Ford Field. If you've never seen this before, Google Detroit Lions fan garbage bags or like a paper bag.
Paper bags,
and
yeah.
paper bags over their head. It is... I'm so glad that's behind us.
You can now publicly love the Lions and not get shamed. It's a great time to be a Detroit fan.
And if you are a millionaire and can afford to go to a Lions game now because everybody wants to go, let's say you do go to Detroit, here's my final piece of advice for bandwagon fans that are new and don't know this. If you go to Detroit, see somebody sketchy, waving a flag around, saying, hey, parking.
Don't park there.
Yeah, and they try to have you park in front of a fire hydrant. They're like, no, you're fine. It's cool.
Don't park there.
It's not cool.
You know what? I recommend Spot Hero before you show up in town. You can buy your parking spot ahead of time. It's a little cheaper, a little easier. Or if you park over... the Masonic Temple. There's a ton of streets over there, but again, you might see those flag waving guys. Don't trust them.
Yeah, because that's not a parking lot official. That's some just dude that grabbed a vest, and they're probably going to get your car towed.
Yeah, he found an empty lot. Don't fall for that.
Now, I'm sure I can't cover everything. I think those are some of the key details, but if you have any other advice for new bandwagon Lions fans that should be shared, 616-600-0957.
You know the Lions won again.
Yeah!
You know the Lions won again.
Yeah!
You know the Lions won again. Come on.
It's time to play Laura Can't Lose on Mix 95.7. Here's how it happens. You'll have 1 minute to answer 5 questions. You can pass if you need to, and we'll come back if time allows. A tie goes to Laura because, well, her name's on the show. Here's who's playing Laura Can't Lose today.
Let's welcome from Grand Rapids, Jennifer, to play Laura Can't Lose.
Welcome, Jennifer. How are you this morning?
I am great. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thanks for being here. And it's kind of funny. I have to tell this backstory. Your husband actually signed you up. Did you know he was going to sign you up to play Laura Can't Lose, or is this a surprise to you?
It is a surprise and not a surprise. I did not know he was going to do that, but I am not surprised he did.
Well, you know what, Jennifer? He has high faith in you to sign you up for this. So I wish you luck, and I think you're going to do great.
All right, Jennifer, go ahead and kick Laura. Tell her to get out of the studio so we can play.
All right, out of here, Laura.
Okay, when she leaves, I'll ask you the first question. I got 5 of them for you. Question 1, okay. From what direction does the sun rise?
The sun rises in the east.
Question 2, which major U.S. network originally aired the sitcoms Friends, The Office, and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
NBC.
Question 3, which country did the Chernobyl nuclear disaster happen in?
That Chernobyl was in, I believe it was in Russia, in the former Soviet Union.
Question 4, what is the real name of Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas?
Ooh. I'll pass. I'll come back to that.
Question 5, pickles start out as which vegetable?
Cucumber.
Question 4 again. What is the real first name of Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas?
Fergie. Oh my gosh. That's a hard one. I don't know. Let's just go with Nicole. I don't know.
All right, I'm going to bring Laura in.
Laura! La 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 Laura!
Laura's not going to get that.
Laura's going to get that.
Oh, no. All right. Well, hey, Jennifer from Grand Rapids, tell us a bit about yourself, besides that your husband calls and signs you up for things.
I have 4 kids.
Wow.
Which keeps me pretty busy, and I'm a teacher.
Heck yeah. What do you teach?
I'm a special education teacher.
Oh, that's awesome. Good for you. Yeah. What's your favorite part of your job?
I like seeing the kids kind of learn new things. Kind of something all of a sudden clicks with them. That's kind of fun.
Seeing that little spark. It really is truly a magical thing regardless, to see a kid really like engage and turn on and get something. And I think that's one of the most rewarding things about being a teacher. I think it's so cool what you do.
Thanks.
Of course. I come from a long line of educators, so I got a lot of respect for teachers. So,
well, let's find out if Laura's long line of education will pay off. You have a chance
get schooled by Jennifer
to take Jennifer down today in Grand Rapids. She got 4 out of 5, so there's a chance to win.
All right, let's see how hard these are. Listen, yesterday's questions were insane, Jennifer, so this could be hard.
Question number 1. From which direction does the sun rise?
Rises in the east, sets in the west. I had to think about the Lion King. It's east.
Correct. 1-1. Question 2. Which major U.S. network originally aired the sitcoms Friends, The Office, and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
NBC.
Correct. 2-2. Question 3. What country did the Chernobyl nuclear disaster occur?
I feel like this is a loaded question because of the era. I was going to say the former Soviet Union or Russia, but it's not technically Russia anymore. Are you talking about at the time or now?
Just give me an answer.
I'm going to say Soviet Union because that's technically what it was at the time.
Yeah, technically right now it would actually be Ukraine,
but
it was the former Soviet Union, which Russia. So
okay,
yep.
Okay. I knew both, so I'm fine.
I was being very generous.
Thank you.
So you're both correct on that one as well. 3-3 going into question 4. What is the real first name of Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas?
It's not Fergalicious.
It's in the song.
Is it really? I don't know any of the words of the song except for Fergalicious.
Well, that's because you're not Fergalicious enough, I guess.
I don't know. Let's say I'm just trying to think of a generic female name that I'm just going to guess and hope this works out. She feels like, because F isn't a female name, so I was like, Fernanda? No. Oh, God. Amy.
If either one of you would have said Stacy, you would have been correct.
Fergalicious definition make them boys go crazy. They always claim they know me, coming to me, call me Stacy.
I knew it was going to be something like that.
Yes, Fergie's real first name is Stacy. You both got that wrong, which means the score is 3-3 going into question 5, which means, Laura, if you get this, you can tie the game up. If you miss it, you lose.
Oh, God, I don't want to lose 2 days in a row. All right, let's go.
Pickles start out as which vegetable?
Cucumbers.
Yes, correct.
I was like, I do know that one.
All right, Jennifer, we've got a 4-4 tie, which means you can come back and join us Monday and take Laura on for a chance at winning $30. You want to join us Monday?
Yeah, sounds good.
It's Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. So why do we have your husband James on the line?
Well, recently, James had a scenario when he went out to breakfast with our son, Justin. And James, why don't you tell what happened, where you were, what happened, the whole story?
Well, I decided to take him to breakfast at Real Food Cafe here in Alger Heights, where we live. Great place. Love it. They're always really nice. We go there a lot for takeout in the mornings, and I'll sit outside with him. But I was feeling confident enough to take him inside and sit down at a table. It's only the second time we've ever done that. And it started off fine, but he's in a phase right now where he just wants to grab everything, which is okay. And then he wants to throw everything, which is not so okay in the restaurant. And at one point, he picked up a full plate of food and just threw it at the wall.
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing, but
I am.
Oh, okay, so he throws it at the wall. Obviously, it makes a big scene. How does everyone else around you react to that?
Well, the restaurant's in 2 halves, so there's like a dividing wall, the kitchen side, and then like the dining area side.
Yeah.
And I sit over there because it's quieter for the baby. But the restaurant just came to a screeching halt for a second.
Skirt! So, Like, you think you can't go back there anymore?
I don't want to.
No, listen, it's a one-time thing. Little guys do that sometimes. It's totally normal. Now, if you let him pick up the plate and lob it at the wall 3 times, we're never going back there with or without the baby. They're going to remember our faces, but I don't think you should be afraid.
Well, that was the plate. I mean, other items made it on the floor many more times.
Wait,
what other items?
What exactly was thrown around?
Napkins, toys. The last time I took him, he threw his toy car on the ground like 14 times. And when it's fine. I don't mind that he does it, but when you're there by yourself with the baby, it's a lot.
It sounds like you got a good yoga workout in, like bending down, pick it up.
You would think it never gets easier, Joe.
So basically, I guess what we're asking for is your advice, West Michigan. How do we get our son Justin to stop throwing plates or knocking spoons? That's his other thing. As soon as he's done eating, it's knock the spoon out of your hand with a violent force because he's like, no, that's not going in my mouth, Mom. Boom!
Get out of
here.
He
kind of does that meme where he'll you can watch him when he's done, he'll just grab whatever's left, a plate, food, whatever, and hold it over the edge of his high chair into the nothingness and just kind of be like, I'm done with you, and let it go.
Well, so if you've got advice for us on how we stop this, 616-600-0957. I want my husband to be able to go out to breakfast with our son again in public and not have a nightmare scenario. I'm so sorry, James.
I say you two embrace this and you look at it as a possible Olympic future.
What, the best shot disc thrower where he just lobs
discus,
that plate?
shot put, something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess we can start training now. We do have an ultimate Frisbee course right next to us in Garfield Park. 616-600-0957 if you've got any advice or experience with this. We're Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7.
We are the Big Joe and Laura Show here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids' best mix.
And my son is such a sweet little guy, but recently he's gotten into a new phase where he has started throwing plates when we're out to eat or at home. And it started off as it was kind of funny at first because it's he's like, oh, I'm done, yeet. But then my husband, who called in earlier, took him to Real Food Cafe in Alger Heights right down the street from our house. And little dude heated a plate right in the middle of breakfast. And my husband's like, the whole restaurant stopped. I wasn't there because I was here, obviously, on the radio. And he said, we can never go back again after what happened. And so I wanted to know, do you have any advice for me? You can always give us a call at 616-600-0957. Rebecca in Grand Rapids, you got some advice for me on how to get my little guy to stop eating plates across restaurants?
Embrace it because they're only young ones. They grow so fast. You just kind of have to roll with it and enjoy it. I know with mine, I had a similar experience when she was 6 months old. And I'm sitting there as a mother freaking out, oh my goodness, they're making a mess. Let's not do this. The restaurant, of course, for a second came to a halt. So I understand that concern there. But you know what? The restaurant embraced it. They were like, she's a kid. Just let her do it. We'll get it cleaned up. It's okay. So I'm just going to have to say go with embrace it for sure.
Yeah, Laura, why don't you and your husband, James, just grab plates and throw them too?
I really like going to Real Food Cafe. I really don't want a lifetime ban, but I do see your point, Rebecca, that, they're only young once and people should have at least small amounts of empathy. I'm one of those people that doesn't like a lot of attention on me. So when that whole restaurant halts, I'm oh no.
Yeah, I totally get it. Yeah, I'm that way too. I don't like the whole attention thing, but kids are kids once. I mean, I don't know. That's a tough situation for sure. But
oh no, I appreciate you telling me to embrace it. Thanks, Rebecca. Have a great rest of your morning.
Have a good one. You too.
Hey, Allison in Muskegon, do you have advice for me? Try to get this little guy not to eat all of his dinner plates.
Yeah, they actually make plates that suck to the table wherever you're at. So my sister used to use those so that my nephew couldn't lift them off the table.
Oh, that's a great idea. Laura, you should try it.
Oh, here's the thing. We did try that, and he figured out how to unsuction it from the table, and now he eats that plate when we're at home. And so and maybe it's the specific brand of plate I have. If anyone out there has a brand that works better than the NUK Nook or whatever it is, we did try that, but he is so smart. He puts his little finger under there and just pries it up. And I'm like, no, little guy, why? So I'm so proud of him, but also so horrified at the same time.
Hey, thank you so much for your calls. And, of course, if you have any other advice, you can send us a DM in the Mix 95.7 app.